The concept that God has always had is that your house, where you live, married, single, kids, not kids, again, we'll get into that in terms of the design, is the real church. That is the church. That is the focal point. That is the starting point for spiritual development and the expression of spiritual things. Now, when we come together, right, whether we're doing it in person, whether we're doing virtually, the power of the Spirit is such that I've always believed that wherever we are gathered, as the word tells us, there Jesus is in the midst. And so no matter how and when we gather, we're always bringing to that gathering spiritual strength, not necessarily coming together for the purpose of gaining spiritual strength. For some of you, that's like, duh. And maybe for a couple of folks, based upon, again, how you might have grown up, our past experiences with church can affect us in different ways. But the notion here is that, your house is where all that spiritual energy and all that spiritual development is. And then when we come together, we're pulling all of that spiritual power. And so when we bring it together, we're simply amplifying the amount of power as opposed to all coming to drink out of the same reservoir that's fairly limited, right? But we're bringing to it and enhancing it directly. And so the idea is that we come to church, we are the church, not to get something, but to put something in. Now, clearly, this is where the power of the body of Christ is. If you happen to be, even in this virtual space, in a particular situation, life shows up, right? Problems arise. There are always going to be those times where, in terms of your perception of where you are at the moment, you're on E, you're empty. And always that gathering will be a place where you can drink and eat from if you are in that place of hunger and thirst. But the notion is that we're actually all filled all the time. There are just certain things that create distractions. There's certain things that knock us off balance. There's certain things that make it less possible and easy for us to access that reality, that our households are always full of spiritual power and always full of spiritual energy.